Hey guys, it's Ruby and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing incredibly well. Today's tutorial is on this look right here. Keep watching to get this Rihanna inspired makeup look. I'm starting off with a clean face and I'm jumping straight into applying my primer. I'm using the Hourglass No. 28 priming serum all over my skin and the Infallible by L'Oreal. This is a mattifying base just on the center of my face to help control shininess and oil. I know spring makeup looks are all about looking glowy and fresh, but I just don't want to look glowy in that particular area. For foundation, this one by Charlotte Tilbury is new to me. This is the Magic Foundation and so far I quite like it. It's very light on the skin, it provides a decent amount of coverage and it looks like a second layer of skin. Once your base is on, move on to the eyes and start priming your lids. The one that I'm using today is by the Makeup Store and it's a clear primer. If your eyeshadows generally slip and slide throughout the day, you should definitely look into this product. For brows today, I'm using my favorite dynamic duo. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift to actually fill in and shape my brows, and with my Kat Von D Tattoo Brow, I'm drawing hair strokes on just the head of my brow, and this softens my brow look. It just makes it look a lot more youthful, and I am a big fan of a messier brow look, but only at the head of the brow. Moving towards the arch and the tail, I typically like to slick everything down using a brow gel just to control those crazy curly hairs. So I'm showing you two concealers right now. One is by YSL, one is my Maybelline. I'm using the Maybelline one now because we won't have a lot of fallout and I do want to conceal the discoloration on my lids. To blend it all in, I'm just taking my beauty blender and I'm using the base of my sponge to just tap the product into my skin a little quicker, just so we can move on to setting our concealer and also our primer all in one. When I'm layering a few eyeshadows onto my lids and onto my crease, I typically like to set my base only so that the blending process is a lot easier. The eyeshadows won't stick to my base or cling or look patchy, so highly recommend you set your base before you apply any colored shadow to the lids. Since our eyeshadow look is very pinky and girly, I thought that this Gorgeous Cosmetics Smoky Romantic palette will be perfect for this eye makeup look, and I'm taking the brightest pink shade first and applying it on my lower lash line first. As of recently, I've been applying shadow to my lower lash line first because I typically like to drag my eyeshadows upwards and outwards, and this helps create that shape. With a firm flat shader brush, I'm picking up that exact same shade and running that across my eyelids. Reserve this color for the mobile lid only, but we will be taking a blending brush to slightly diffuse this color into the socket area. So we're not picking up any more eyeshadow with that blending brush, we're just simply using whatever is on our lids to move into our crease. In the image that I was looking at of Rihanna, Rihanna had a warm brown shade in her crease that was winged out slightly upwards and outwards. And this matte bronzing shade that I have from Laura Mercier was like the exact color, so I'm using my Zoeva brush and I'm running that through the socket and slightly upwards and outwards to create more of that feline effect. For some people, this look may be a little too pink, so I'm taking that matte brown shade in the Gorgeous Cosmetics palette just to ground that look. I'm using a tapered blending brush from Sigma to really push this product into the socket and socket only. I don't want to eliminate the pink through the crease entirely, which is why you should work with a very light hand. Rihanna had a little bit of sheen on the lid, so I'm taking my E. Funkhauser Loose Pigment in the shade Sassy and I'm lightly running that over the lids and also the center of my lower lash line just to add a little bit of sparkle. I didn't want to use a typical color through the waterline or tight line, so I wanted to go with a purple. This one is by Rimmel London. This is a Kohl Kajal and I'm running that through the lower lash line, also the waterline and the tight line. Rihanna had a bold cat eye in the look that I'm referencing, so I'm using my L'Oreal Paris gel liner and my MAC 263 angled brush. This brush is a synthetic version and it's really good at applying winged eyeliner. Because of the shape of the brush, it literally does the work for you. So I'm just using that to quickly draw my winged liner on. And now that I have liner on both of my eyes and that they look symmetrical, I'm happy with them. I'm going to apply a highlight shade. This is the highlight shade that was in the Gorgeous Cosmetics palette and I'm applying that in the inner corner and also underneath my brows. We all know how to do this. I'm applying my Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara, but for my lower lashes, while the mascara is still wet, I'm pinching my lashes together to make them look false and doll-like. kind of like the lashes that we're going to apply on our top lashes. These lashes are by Wasp. You can get them at Priceline, and I'm also using a Model's Preferred tweezer and my Ardell lash grip. I quite like this one because it dries instantly. It's got less playtime compared to the Duo, which I really like. I'm now taking my YSL Touche Éclat in the shade number 2 to highlight the center part of my face, anywhere that I just want there to be more light to. So I'm running that slightly on the inner corners underneath my eyes, on my cheekbones, down my nose, and also on my cupid's bow, just to bring these areas forward. Rihanna has killer bone structure, so I'm going to try my best to kind of replicate her structure by using my Smashbox contouring trio. This is just the bronze shade that I'm using, and I'm just taking my MAC Oval 6 brush to really blend this product into my hairline to make it look very natural, like the perimeter of my face is very bronze and structured. And I'm just blending out my nose contour using my Beauty Blender. So for cheeks, you can go quite bright or quite subtle. I went for the bright option, and I'm taking my YSL BABYDOLL Kiss and Blush in the shade number 9. I'm running a small amount on my lips to act as a base for my lipstick, and obviously on my cheeks to tie in the eye makeup look with the lips. And now that I have my cheeks on, a little bit of my lip color on, you can see how gorgeous the eyes look. I felt like just looking at the eyes on their own made it look kind of weird. So now what I'm doing is just setting the center of my face using a translucent setting powder from Australis. And the brush that I'm using is by Furless. It is my favorite powder brush. And I'm also going to be using this brush to apply my powdered highlight, and this one is by The Balm. It's from the Balm Jovi palette. It's called Disco Disco Solid Gold. It's a really pretty gold highlight that works really well with warmer skin tones. And we are finally onto the fun part, the lips. And Rihanna was wearing more of a cooler tone, magenta kind of pink. Will not work with my skin tone, so I went for more of a candy pink color. I just lined my lips, filled them in, and then with my YSL Rouge Volupte Shine in the number 51, I applied that directly from the bullet. And now I'm just reshaping my lips using a lip pencil. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and today's makeup look, and I'll see you all in my next tutorial. Bye guys!